Hey guys, how's everyone tonight? Hello. Might just be myself tonight. Hey Heather, how are you tonight? I'm just starting to put my chart together after this wicked Monday. Hey Jamie. So, gosh, it was just a real bearish day today. We didn't even fill the opening gap. So I'm going to start off in the 4-hour time frame, just to sort of ground myself on where we are. So today price came down to my sell side primary on the 15 minutes, and I'm sure you guys have your primary in and around the same place, which was just around the same level as my 4-hour. On my chart, my blue lines are the 4 hours and the red lines are the 15 minutes. So really we came down to a pretty significant level here. And then above, I've got my 4-hour up here. Actually, I'm going to switch over to MES. Just give me a second here. Here we go. Yeah, that's a bit better. I flip between those two. Okay, so we came down to the 4-hour, which was a significant level, and we hit off this level like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times before bouncing up on the last time. There is still liquidity below that area. The next 4-hour, I guess, significant level is down here at 56.76. I'm not sure if we'll get down there tonight, but what's interesting is that my dotted lines here are the remainder of that CPI gap that didn't completely fill on CPI day. So we started to dig in that ever so slightly. Like you can see, this is the top of the gap and this is the bottom of the gap. And then right below that, we have some BISIs on the daily time frame. So there's a lot of, I guess, PD arrays on the higher time frame if we get below that. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in Asia tonight. Maybe we just do nothing, who knows. And the gap, I'll just stretch this out a little bit here. This little purple area is the Monday opening gap that we reached, we sort of wicked into. Almost, I think we went almost to the 50% level. Did anyone here take that trade today? Heather, did you take that trade today? Oh my God, you're doing hurricane prep. Gosh, it's crazy there. How are you, Heather? Like, are you having to evacuate? Okay, so that's what I have for the 4-hour and then the 15-minute sell side primary level. And then above, well, I'm just going to go down to the 15-minute, see if we need to make any adjustments. The 4-hour still holds, and Really, my sell side 15-minute and 4-hour, I mean, they're pretty much one and the same. One second. Sorry about that. Man, I've had a cold all week. No, you don't have to evacuate, Heather. Okay, that's good. Oh my gosh, what a worry for everybody living there. Holy cow. I can't imagine, like, we just don't get storms like that. I just can't even imagine, Heather, how terrifying that must be. So I've got my line here for the 414 settlement price, which was at 4:14 this afternoon. That's the last candle that closed, and that is the level 57.4825. So I think I might put some more levels on the 15-minute time frame on my chart. But I'm still pretty bearish. I don't know. What do you guys think? Are you more bearish or bullish? Or 180 mile per hour winds? How is it that anyone has any Wi-Fi or internet service, Heather? Wow, I can't even imagine. Like, I just can't imagine. I'm going to add a 15-minute up here. And I'm going to go sell side wider. I'm going to increase the font size. I think 20 is... Are you guys able to see the font size now on the chart? Oh, it hasn't reached Florida yet. Oh, gosh. Okay. Heather, we're all thinking about you. I'm just terrified. I can't even imagine. Wow. I mean, realistically, Heather, does anyone have Wi-Fi when a storm like that hits? Like internet service? That is like insane. 20's better. Okay. See if I can stretch things out a bit. Once we get down to the smaller time frames, I think it'll be easier to see. All right, I'm also going to mark this one on my chart here, and I'm going to call this really the buy side, and I'm going to go buy side minor. We lost phone power cell. No kidding. I just can't imagine, Heather. Wow, okay, well, we're all thinking about you. I really hope that you stay safe. I mean, we're all watching the news, obviously. Okay. And then up here, I have, I'm going to make this my buy side primary. Okay, so I think those are pretty much my levels for tonight. And I'm just going to bring this up again. So this is the Power of 3 trading model that is from Awake FX. And I really like this model because I like the 15-minute and I like the 5-minute. So he's just a very calm trader. So this is kind of a combination of ICT because he uses a lot of ICT concepts. So it's on the 15-minute time frame. Mark the swing high and swing low prior to 8 p.m., which is what we're doing right now. Obviously, those are areas of liquidity. Switch to the 1 or 2 minute time frame. Wait for buy side or sell side to be taken. And the time frame for the trade is between 8 and 10 p.m. Wait for a market structure shift, fair value gap to form with displacement, enter the trade, stop loss place between the swing high and low, and take profit at 1 to 2 or the next area of liquidity. So that's basically what I'm looking for again tonight. It's almost like to me it's a silver bullet, just on a different time frame. But it has all the same elements or the same characteristics. Okay, so those are basically my 15-minute primary, minor, minor, and then this one is my my primary. So we have this gap up here that filled to around the 45–50%. Settlement price is here, and then current price is just below settlement price. So we are at a deep discount level. And let's go down to the 5-minute. I'm going to put the 8 p.m. on my chart for now. So I have my microphone on tonight. Does this sound any better? Am I talking too loud? Too softly? You guys will let me know if you want me to speak up or speak quieter. Pi is settled on the couch, ready for his big sleep tonight. He's such a funny dog. Oh, sounds great. Okay, thanks, Heather. Oh, thanks, Jamie. Yeah, I felt like last night I was shouting because my microphone is on my Logitech camera. So I felt like I had to shout last night. So this is like way more comfortable for me, so thank you. So I had a loss last night and I took a loss today. It's a small loss, but it's 2 losses in a row, and I really take offense to that. Yeah, Pi, oh my God, he was so cute today. So I am really going to be conservative. I have to find, it has to be a great setup. And what I mean by great setup is at one of the major levels, I have to see displacement, I have to see a market structure shift, and I have to see an enter on a fair value gap. That is what I'm sticking with, no matter what anything else happens or comes my way. Is there anything specifically that you guys are looking for tonight, or that you're anticipating? Let's just check and see what NQ is doing. Okay, the Dow is marginally looking a little bullish, marginally. And it looks like the ES or NQ is right at the top of a weekly BISI. Oh, you lost on a trade today? Oh, it was such a hard day, Heather. Like, it was just one of those days where price just, like, big retracements, and I hate those kinds of days. Like, I don't trade well in big retracement days because I always get stopped out. So those types of days, they just don't work for me. You know, wiki up and down, up and down, up and down. It was just, you know, you look back at the price action now and you go, well, that was obvious, right? But it's not so obvious in the moment. So are you guys looking for anything in particular this evening? Any expectations of where you think price may be going? I know. ICT was correct. He's always correct. And I don't know why. Like when price started to dip or dive into the opening day gap, I don't know why. Like honestly, you know, he's right there in front of my face saying, you know, I'm telling Caleb not to trade this day. What do I do if I take 3 contracts? Anyway, that was a pretty fast stop out. Is that what got you today, Heather? Trying to fill the gap? I like the name, Heather, by the way, Heat Trader. It's awesome. Let's move down to the 2-minute and take a look. I don't know, we're right in between the 2 15-minute areas and price isn't moving. 749. See if we get a macro at 750. I mean, I look at this price action where it is right now, and like there's nothing that interests me right now. Like literally nothing. Mm-hmm. When you guys are watching live stream, are you on your own charts at the same time? Okay, looks like we're going to start calling you Heat. Let's start trying some fair value gaps on here, I guess. Hey Mia, nice to see you tonight. Thanks for dropping in. Are you going to crush the market again tonight? You had a great trade yesterday. We're just starting to put some lipstick on this chart, as ICT would say, for potentially looking for the same sort of setup as last night. Let me see here if I can. So we marked on the 15 minutes, Mia, the 15-minute buy side and sell side right before 8 o'clock. And we did that on the 15-minute, which are these 2 red lines. And just looking for any other PD arrays that might help us determine which way price wants to go today. We were saying, Mia, that today was like a crazy, crazy price action day, wasn't it? Like it was just all over the place. Yeah, Mia, I think we all were in the same boat. That gap did not want to fill this morning, did it? And then it was just chaotic as price dropped. It was just such deep retracements. So we have a little imbalance here, or sorry, volume imbalance. Are you guys, anyone you still using the SIM indicator for the fair value gaps, or is everybody just kind of done with those indicators and now our eyes are all adjusted to finding the gaps? You still use them? Yeah. I kind of forced myself to stop using them, Mia, just because sometimes they would disappear off the chart, and like when I do them myself now, there are certain gaps that I want to keep on the chart, so I just trust myself now a little more. But as soon as your eyes start to get used to it, take some days where you don't have that on your chart and see if this looks like an interesting fair value gap right here. But looking at this little high here, see, this is almost like a Caleb entry, right? So we have this fair value gap, and then price dips in just to the top, and see if it immediately moves up. And we're on the 1 minute. Oh. Okay, so this might be an inverted fair value gap. Hey, Graceful Trade Journeys. So you use the indicator, but it's easier when switching times. Yeah, okay. Sometimes when I'm tired, sometimes when I'm really tired or my eyes are tired, I'll turn the indicator on. I guess just depends what the mood is. So we may have an inversion fair value gap. Hi, Graceful Trade. Thanks for joining us tonight. very few fair value gaps. So we could be heading for the buy side up here. It's just when a fair value gap forms and then price moves through it, doesn't really show from a place of strength, does it? Grace, we're just on the 1 minute here. We're waiting for the 8 o'clock to start in the Asian time. Hoping to see if maybe we get some movement towards either the buy side or if price decides to return back down to the sell side. Okay, some price showing weakness here. It feels like memories of this morning. Down and then back up. Okay, well, I'm going to relax because unless price gets up to here, there's no trade here for me. I'm not interested in getting caught in that back and forth from this morning, but let's see what happens. 8 o'clock. See if there's a reaction up here. Small fair value gap there. Are Are you guys mostly taking orders with limit orders, or are you getting in with market orders? I'm trying to have like calm entries with a nice setup with a limit order. Ever since I started the 2024 mentorship with ICT, that's kind of like what I've been practicing. I feel calmer too when I have like everything set up, and then I just let the trade play out, good, bad, or ugly. Let's see if we come back and hit the top of this fair value gap. Limit orders? Okay, good for you, Mia. Yeah. Yeah, with stop loss and take profit. Yeah, me too, Heather. Okay, so there we go. So that's some nice price action there. Price wicked off the fair value gap and then just continued up. Let's see what happens at the top here. And then we have a volume imbalance. Oh, that's good. So, okay, you set them up in Tradingview. Oh, that's good. I think this volume imbalance over here is actually a daily gap. Yeah, it sounds like a good plan, Mia. Who's your brokerage, Mia? Because I can't set up a trade, or I can't set up a trade using the long and short. I wish I could. I love it when I see people do that. So you set it up and then price wicks you in, right? I guess it's the brokerage that you're using, because with my brokerage I can't do that. Guarantees you don't skip any steps. I like it. Foolproof. Oh, from Tradingview. Okay, cool. Let's see what happens here. So we just passed the 414 settlement price. And we'll take a look and see what reaction happens around this area up here. Whether price moves above it with strength, or if price reverses and retraces somewhat. That is really awesome, Mia. I see traders trade like that, and I'm totally jealous. It's really nice because you just know where you stand in the whole trade. Like, you know what your R to R is, you know what your loss is, you know what your take profit is. Like, it's like one-stop shopping, isn't it? Okay, let's see if we get through this volume imbalance with some strength here. On the 50% level of this wick. Yeah, I think we all have a bit of that rebel in us when it comes to trading. Oh my God, for sure. But I love when things are like so mechanical because, you know, you have to strategize. You see a trade, you have to have conviction in it. You set it up and then you just leave it, just let it run. Sometimes we are our own worst enemies. We start to doubt, or we start moving stop losses around. It never works out in our favor. Okay, so we're having a bit of a reaction off this volume imbalance area. Looks like a bit of a consolidation. Price could come back and retrace here. So somewhere between here and here. This looks like a propulsion block, so it should, with speed, come to the top. Volume imbalance. That's a nice entry right there. That's the entry. This was the entry. Sounds like someone's playing tennis or something. Or ping pong. And there we go with speed. There we go. So there's the propulsion block here. And another volume imbalance. The red fair value gap on the 15-minute. Let's go back. Which one, Mia? There was this one. Let me just do this in a different color. There was that one. This one. Okay, so we're having a bit of a reaction. So this area here is all of the wicks. So this is the imbalance in this orange area here. Let's see if we have a bit of a reversal. I didn't, Mia, I didn't, if I don't have it on my chart, I didn't take it into consideration, but it's always a good idea to take it into consideration. I'm just going to remove these for now. Monday, October 7th. Just write that down. So between here and here, this is all areas, one big area of imbalance. So really it could turn around. It doesn't have to get up here to the 15-minute that I marked on my chart. It could potentially, I mean, we wicked above here. would be more inclined to let price retrace and then go long. My preference would be to go long. Why are you marking the 50-minute fair value gap if the candle isn't closed yet? Which 15-minute? Let's just take a look. Oh, on this one here? Yeah, you're right. Okay, so price has wicked above this area here. It's in a bit of a consolidation, but the BISI is still holding price, still respecting this PDA. Drops, we'll look to the next level, which is this order block. I would feel more confident if price came and closed above this area here, really grabbed liquidity here with a stronger presence, I guess. Okay, let's look to the order block. volume imbalance. And let's see if it holds here. So let's see if it gets up here and what the reaction is. Kind of wick to that 50% there. Might see an inversion fair value gap. Night, Heather. Hopefully tomorrow's a better day for trading. Hopefully we'll catch something tomorrow. Just thinking if there's a pullback maybe to 50% of this range, so this would be the 50% here. CB. At this point, I'm not content to look for a short. I'd be looking more for a long because we might have a pullback. And I'd want to see this order block broken before I would consider going short. see what happens. It looks pretty bullish. My dog is putting himself to bed. He's like, I can't wait anymore. Come on, I want this thing to drop. Thanks, Mia. That's a good idea, actually. 57.49. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Have a good night, Mia. Let's hope you wake up to some cash in the bank. Come here, bye. Come here. Come here, sweets. Come here. Come on. Come on. Hey, come on. Come on. I don't know how you guys find breaker blocks, but I find when a breaker works, it just works really, really well, especially if there's a unicorn contingent to it. Having a fair value gap inside the breaker is really strong. But when they fail, and especially at an area where like it's a major level. I've had some really nice breakers that I think are going to hold, and then price just zooms up past it like this might. So we'll see. I'm going to be patient here. I put my stop loss pretty much where it should go. It could go really to the top of that wick, so I might just move it there just in case price comes back like to the tick. But ideally, I'd really like to see it drop sooner than later. It's always nice when you get into a position and then the price goes to terminus in good haste. I'm not going to play with you right now. No, I'm not going to play with you right now. It's too late. It's too late. Bye. 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 Hey. Go get it. Go on, go get it. Bye. Easy. Well, price is still pretty jumpy. If it goes above the 50% of that CB, then I'm going to exit the position because I just don't think it's going to drop any further, but we'll give it some more time here. You know, when the breaker blocks hold, they can really have some nice runs off them, like really, really nice runs. Ideally, I'd like to see price come back down to here, but let's see what happens. 1, 2, and 3. To get down one more PDA. I don't want to be greedy, but I've already taken one off. See the reaction here. So trade where it is right now is a 3 risk to reward. Of course, I took one off, so that's not exactly true. But if you held on to all your positions, that would have been a 3-to-1 risk to reward, which is not too bad. Let's see what happens here. Let's see what the reaction is on this CB. If it keeps collapsing, we'll just keep riding it down. So overall, this strategy that I'm just going to keep moving this if price keeps dropping here. Yeah, let's keep going. Overall, this strategy that I like to use in the Asia session, which is a combination of ICT and the Irish fellow's name, forget his name. It doesn't work every night because price really has to take the sell side and buy side on the 15-minute time frame. Sorry guys, I've had such a bad cold this week. My voice is still really weird. So, you know, price doesn't always get to the 15-minute buy side or sell side. So, you know, there's not a trade every night, but at least a couple times or 3 weeks, 3 times a week, there is a pretty good trade. You have to be patient because Asia just runs a little slower. But it's just kind of like a nice way to take a trade, especially if you've been working all day or you're with kids or whatever. You know, you can just kind of take that trade, monitor it, and then just let it run. So still watching reaction here. See if it can come down to this level here, 57.35. Awake FX, that's the trader's name that I'm thinking of. Awake FX, he uses a lot of ICT concepts, and this is his strategy, and I really like the 15-minute on the Asian session and combine that with you know, like a 1 or a 2 minute entry, and just monitor it on the 5 minutes. So this took buy side up here very nicely. It could have gone to the next level up, but it didn't. Where's the next level? Here. We had it marked on the chart, but it didn't go up that far. Had this nice reaction, had a breaker block, had our SIBIs tapped in, had some volume imbalances, and then just let price drop. That's the strategy. It's no more complicated than that. Like I say, you don't get it every day, and it's not as fast as a scalper is exciting, but you know what, a couple times a week, 3 times a week, it's a really nice trade to take. Come on, let's drop it down just a bit more. So it had a reaction here at the 50% of this SIBI, almost 50%, or BISI, excuse me. Yep, right to the 50%. So I'll be looking to get out of this trade shortly if this goes up higher than 50% of this SIBI gap. I'm going to exit. Because this had a major reaction right at the 50% level of this BISI. So at this point, I'd rather just cut the trade and be done with it. right at the 50%. If we get stopped out, so be it. Okay, and stopped out. I'm okay with that. I'm happy with that after today's crazy, crazy price action. So, guys, thanks for stopping in tonight and having fun with Asia. It's one of my favorite sessions to trade. It's just a different vibe than New York Open or New York afternoon session. I just find trading Asia can be very predictable, and it's just, I find trading Asia is relaxing. Some people might think it's boring, but I do find it relaxing. It's just a completely different vibe. So it's one of my favorite sessions to trade for sure. So anyway, guys, thank you so much. I wish you all a great evening, and we'll be back here tomorrow night for more fun and entertainment. So everyone have a great night.